Okay, Coach, ponchos and slickers, usually a necessity buy whenever you make your way to Hard Rock Stadium this time of year. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now on a rainy Florida afternoon, and we are underway from Miami. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Wait. He's checking. Crash. Wait. Easy. Let's convert. That's the worst. That's the worst.
A first down throw for Winston. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Mike 7. Don't let him breathe. Play it tight deep. 5 on the 50. Bang.
Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston, that's complete to John Ross. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Joe Mixon. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. From the gun, Winston. Open man is Ross, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hatchet. Watch the eye.
Now Winston. And nearly an interception. interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Break. 50's the mic.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. 8 read. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hit it.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw here. He's going to air it out deep for Green. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for the Dolphins. 46 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Big grip.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Hey, Echo.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
To throw is Winston. He completes it to Boyd. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Fielded at the 20. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
To throw, Winston. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. Check the backer.
Now it's Mixon running right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Winston. And his throw is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Squeeze, double. Wide. Pilot, 64, weak. Now.
McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, stop. Watch out.
Now Mixon. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Here we go again. 24 is the mic. 5-0. 24 is the mic. Watch the pass. Let him go.
Here's Winston. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
2nd and 3. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Winston now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? Black, 22 guys. I got one. Ready to go. White. Mike 29. Flip it. Whoa. 29 is the Mike.
3rd and long for Winston. Escaping the pressure right.
Don't be scared of it.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Dolphin football. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 8, read. Yep. Hey,
2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Parker that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and 13.
Down. 90 Wolf. Protein spill.
Looking to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the ready.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ready,
the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down. 4 down. Down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Green brings it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Get it.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Set up. 15 lining. 15 lining. Get in the right room. Ready.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, Alpha.
He'll look to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Ready. White 25. Green, triple C. Check 24. Watch 24. Check 9, check 9. Kill. Hey, watch it. 5-0. Watch twins. Hey, 5 on the 50. Let me go.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Winston dumps it off to Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I'm here all day.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wait. 29 is the mic.
Throwing, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack on 1st down, Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Johnson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
19-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
X3, 218, chopper.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Jesse Bates on the coverage.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Back now in Miami. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
36. Rush in. Hey, 5-0. Switch gears. Hey, 5-0 kicker. Slam.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now the Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
25, check 25.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. A very important extra point there, up and good. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
triple team.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Tighten up, flip. Switch.
Winston now to throw on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 65 yards. And they are able to, and oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. There he goes right side. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Hey, dude.
2nd and 10. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 5.
26 Mike. Let's make these babies cry.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you play man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Winston. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
He's got his man, Boyd. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jameis now on first down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 31. Check 31.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their... And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 50 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Flip, flip, flip. What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cincinnati, not much to complain about here. They come in and